In this video I want to show you how to create box effect images using a combination of the GIMP, which is a free graphics application, and a tool that comes with ViziGen-Page. So first of all, what are these box effect images? Well, if we start ViziGen-Page and open the project from its file, go to the Globals tab, look for the box effects tree node, and we'll just take a quick look at one of these box effects. You can see that this one is based on a graphics file, tabbox.png. So if we take a quick look at that, and if I magnify it, now you can see that tabbox.png holds a box effect, a graphical image of a tab. Now if you've got any graphics experience, then you've probably got your own software and you know how to create images like this. But if you're a complete beginner, then what I'm about to show you is a very quick and easy way to get started with all of this. So this is the GIMP. It's free, you can download it, install it, and when you run it, it will look something like this. So if we go to the main menu and click on File, then click on New. Now what we want to do is create an image which is 400 pixels by 400 pixels, and on the advanced option you want to make sure that fill width is set to transparency. So here's our canvas, and the first thing we do is go to the toolbox and click on the ellipse select tool, and the tool options over here change to match that tool. So the important thing is that we have expand from center checked. So what we do next is go to the canvas and position the mouse cursor at the exact center of the canvas. If you look at the bottom left hand corner, you can see the mouse coordinates, and we want to set the mouse at 200x 200y. So the mouse is now centered at the dead center of the canvas, so depress the left mouse button and then drag upwards and to the right, and you'll be able to see a faint circle shape being drawn. So if you go right up to the top right corner, you get a big circle, and if you only go, say, halfway up the right hand side, you get more of an ellipse. And these circular shapes, these rounded shapes, will form the rounded corners of the box effect that we're going to create. So you can try different shapes to suit your needs. So when you let go of the mouse button, you can see in here there's a very faint outline of a circle. It's quite hard to spot. So what we do next is go back to the toolbox and click on the blend tool, and the toolbox, the tool options change again. The thing to look at is click on this gradient, and you can see that the GIMP comes with a lot of different types of gradients. So what you should do is experiment with these to see what sort of effects you can get. And then if you look at the shape, there are lots of different shaped gradients. So once again you can experiment with those and try all sorts of different combinations. So we're in the gradient tool, and I want to create a red box. So if we go over here to this control and click on it, this enables us to set the foreground and the background color. So I've clicked on the black rectangle over here in the toolbox, and I'm going to set the foreground color to a kind of red. Now if you wanted to set the background color, you would click on the white rectangle in the toolbox. So we're set for red foreground and white background, and what I'm going to do next is drag across the circle, and it will give us a gradient between these two colours. So I'm going to position the mouse cursor in the bottom right corner of the canvas on the edge of the circle, and I'm going to drag up towards the opposite corner, and that's the effect that you get. So you can drag in different directions and get different effects. So what we do next is go back to the toolbox and click again on the ellipse select tool, and once again position the mouse at the dead center of the canvas. So you can use the ruler at the top and on the right to get yourself approximately there, and then look down at the bottom left corner to check the precise coordinates. It needs to be at 200, 200. So it can be quite tricky, but there we are. So with the mouse positioned at the dead center, drag out a smallish circle and let go. And now we go back to the toolbox and click on the bucket fill tool, and when we click on this circle, it will fill it with the current foreground color, which is red. So I'm just going to click like that. Okay. Now if you're wondering why we've created something that looks like this, there's much more information about this in the ViziGen Help Center. So this is an attempt to explain what ViziGen-Page does. So in the links below this video, you'll be able to get to this section of the Help Center, which will explain what the tool within ViziGen-Page does. Okay, so what do we do next? We need to save this to an image file, and that image file will be then used by the special tool within ViziGen-Page to create the box effect image. So go to the main menu, click on File, and then click on Export. And what you want to do is export the graphic to a known location on your computer. In this case, I'm going to put it into the training course folder, and within that in the media folder. And because I've been messing about with this beforehand, I've already got one, and I'm going to overwrite it. So replace, and then export, and you can see it's exporting it. So let's leave the GIMP for the time being and go back into ViziGen-Page. Now this tool that I've mentioned is available on the Tools menu, and you just click on Create Box Effect Image, and it's a very simple dialog box. What you do is browse to the image file that we've just created inside the GIMP, and then you specify a target file, which should be somewhere in the media folder or under the media folder of your project folder. Now these are the details. You can read about those in the Help Center there's full information. So I'll just simply click on the Create button. So now what ViziGen-Page has done is it's taken that source file, which was a circle, and it's created a box. So if we just take a quick look at that, you'll see what it's done. So this is the training course project folder, this is the media folder, and this is the file that we created inside the GIMP, and this is the file that we've just created using the tool. And you can see that it's converted that circle into a box, and this box effect can now be used within ViziGen-Page to create another box effect here. So if I do create box effect and I call it red box, browse to the image file. This is the one that we created using the tool, and I think these settings were 30, but I can't remember. Now in this case we have to set the transparent corners to all transparent corners, and you should read about this in the Help Center, and there is another video which explains the minor complications that it leads to. So simply click on Create. So now let's use this box effect. So if we go to the folder tree, right click on Pages, we'll quickly create a page. So this is just a dummy page. Click on Create, go to the Page Designer, and here we have an empty page. This is just the template. So if I select the page content box and then select some space and then create a stack box and specify that the box effect is red box, you can see that the box effect has been used to create this look. So that's it. That's just an overview. The thing to do is to experiment with the GIMP, try all those different types of gradient and the gradient shapes, and see what you can create. Okay, that's it.